Hi students, welcome you all to the session. Today we will continue the topic data handling in Python programming language. Let's start today's class. The next one, list and tuples. These all are data types from this Python programming language. List and tuples are compound data types. That is, they allows to store multiple values under one name of different data types. List and tuples are compound data types. That means we can store multiple values under one name of different data types. Okay, the main difference between list and tuples is list can be changed or modified, that is mutable. We can change or modify this list, that is known as mutable one, whereas tuples cannot be changed or modified, that is immutable types. List we can change, but tuples we cannot change. List. A list in Python represents a list of comma separated values of any data type between square brackets. We can identify a list by using this square bracket. Inside the square bracket, we can specify different types of values separated by comma. Okay, consider this all list. Within the square bracket, I specified this 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. That's a list. Again, next one. A, E, O, I, U. These all are characters. So, we specified here this codes. Then, third one, KV, then one value, again one float type value. Different types of values we are using in this list, separated by commas within this square brackets. That is known as a list. List is mutable and tuple is immutable. Okay, check this one. Family is equal to mom, dad, sis, bro. Family, we can identify mom, dad, sis, bro like this format. Print family, same way we can identify this mom, dad, sis, bro. Then employee, this is string type, employee ID. Then numen, this is also a string type value. This one, that is an integer type value. This one, this is the float type value. Use this employee, we can identify the all values. Okay, clear? Then the values stored in list are internally numbered from 0 onwards. In this list also have its own index values. That is starting from 0 onwards. That is first element will be at position 0 and second will be at position 1 and so on. Consider this one. Employee is equal to employee ID, numen, salary, then any other values also. That is float type value. I used here print employee 1. Always this index values or position values are starting from 0 onwards. So in the 0th position, employee ID. First position, numen. Second position, next value. Third position, next value. So I used here this 1. So in this first position, which is the value, numen. We can identify the numen value. Next one, employee of 2 is equal to 75,000. Which is that position? 0, 1, 2. That is 50,000. We change this 50,000 value to 75,000 in this employee list. For that we used here this list variable. Within the square bracket I specified this position, that is equal to value. Print employee, you can see like this, employee ID, name, then that value, next value. Okay, clear this one? List is mutable. You can check the number of items in list using which function? len function. We can find out the number of items in this list by using len function. Print len of employee. How many values are there? How many items are there in this employee? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Clear? Next one, tuples. Tuples as those lists which cannot be changed. That is not modifiable. Immutable. Tuples are defined inside parentheses and values separated by comma. Tuples are defined inside parentheses, but in this list we use the square bracket. In this tuples we are using this parenthesis. Okay. Example, favorites is equal to opening parenthesis blue, cricket, gajar ka halwa. 3 values. Then student is equal to 1, Aman, 97.5. 3 values. Print favorites, all the values we can see. Print student, all the values we can see. But only the difference is here in this tuples we use this parenthesis. Values are separated by comma itself. Okay, tuples are immutable. We cannot change. Clear? Like list, tuples values are also internally numbered from 0 onwards. Like list itself, print favorites 1, cricket. Print student 2, 97.5. Student 2, 99. What will happen there? It will raise an error. Why? Tuples are immutable. We can't change the values. Okay? Clear? The next one, dictionary. Dictionary is another feature of Python. It is an unordered set of comma separated key value pairs. Unordered set of comma separated key value pairs. Dictionary items are defined in curly brackets. List defined in square bracket. Tuples defined in parentheses. Dictionary defined in curly brackets. Keys defined in dictionary cannot be same. That is, no two keys can be same. Example, student is equal to key value pair. Here key is roll, then colon, then the value is 1, comma, name, next key, name is the key, colon, value, jaga, comma, next key, PER, colon, value, 91.5. Okay, no two keys can be same. Print student. All the values we can see. Key value pairs we can see. Print student PER. Print student PER. This key we used here for accessing the value 91.5. Okay. Then VAL is equal to 1 colon 100 comma 2 colon 300 comma 4 colon 900. Key name can be string or numeric. So here the key name is 1. That is a numeric value. But here in the student the key is roll. That is the string value. Okay. Print val of 1. Which is the value? 100. Okay. Dictionary is mutable. That is, we can modify dictionary elements. So, VL in the square bracket I specified this 2. 2 values 300. I changed this 300 to 1000. Print val. Can identify 100, 2000, 4, 900. Okay. Clear? Then data type summary. Core data types. 4 different types of core data types, that is numbers, none, sequences and mappings. In this numbers we identified this integers, floating point and complex. In this integers, integer, signed and boolean. Then none, that is a core data type, that is null, none, nan, etc. We will discuss about that. Then next one, sequences, that is string, tuple, list. Then fourth one, mappings, that is dictionary. Okay, clear? Mutable and immutable types. Python data object can be broadly categorized into two types, mutable and immutable types. In simple words, changeable or modifiable and non-modifiable types. First one, immutable types. Immutable types are those that can never change their value in place. In Python, following types are immutable. We can't change the values. Integers, float, boolean, strings, tuples. We can't change the values of this data types. Okay. Consider this example. A is equal to 10. B is equal to A means B is equal to 10 itself. C is equal to 15. Then A is equal to 20. B is equal to 40. C is equal to B. Here I use this A is equal to 10. Again I use this A is equal to 20. So the value will be changed. Okay, in this variable A. From this code you can say the value of integer A, B, C could be changed effortlessly. But this is not the case. What will happen here? Let us understand what was done behind the scene. That means here we use this A is equal to 10. Then again I changed this S value with a new value, that is 20. Here integers, float, boolean, string, tuples, data types are immutable types. But here I changed the value of A is equal to 10 with A is equal to 20. How this one is possible? Listen. Here in Python, each value in memory is assigned a memory address. Each value in memory is assigned a memory address. Here value and its address. 10, that's a value. That value have its own memory address. So each time a new variable is pointing to that value, they will be assigned the same address. Here this value have its own memory address. Each time a new variable is pointing to that value, they will be assigned the same address and no new memory allocation. Check this one here, 10, 15, 20, 21, 40, 55. These all are values. Then 250, 272, 280, 284, 290, 312. These all are address. Here A is equal to 10. That means this A variable is pointing to this 10 value. Then this 10 values memory address is 250. Next time B is equal to A. B is the another variable. This B is also pointing to this 10 itself. This 10 values memory address is 250. Then C is equal to 15. That means 15 has its own memory address. So the C variable is pointing to this 15. Okay. Python provides id function to get the memory address to which value or variable is referring. How can we identify the memory address? By using this id function itself, we can identify the memory address. Here A is equal to 10, B is equal to A, C is equal to 15. Print id of A. We will get the address of that particular 10 values memory address. 10 values memory address. Okay. Here assuming values. Actual values are this one. These 250, 272, 280, 284, 290, 312. These all are assuming values. Here at the time of execution we can see the original address. That is why this memory location is like this. Okay. Print ID of B. That time also we can see the same memory address because 10 values stored in this particular memory address. A and B together pointing to this 10 value. Okay, clear? Now let us understand the changes done to variable ABC. We use this A is equal to 20, B is equal to 40, C is equal to B. A is equal to 20. 20 has its own memory address. Then 40 value has its own memory address. Then same C is equal to B. That is 40. So here A is pointing to this particular value 20. This 20 has its own memory address. That memory address is 280. These all are assuming address. Here next one B is equal to 40. B is pointing to this 40 value. This 40 value has its own memory address, that is 290. Then C is equal to B. B's value is 40. Again this C is pointing to this 40 value. 40 value has its own memory address, that is 290. These all address are assuming address. At the time of execution, we will get the correct memory address. Here A is equal to 20. Next time this A's value will be changed here. Then print ID of B. That is this one. Okay. At the time of execution of this, print ID of C. What will happen here? ID of C. The same memory address will get. Okay. The same memory address. B and C pointing to the value 40. This 40 values memory address we will get at the time of execution of the statement print ID of C. Okay, clear this one? Conclusion of this immutable types. From the previous code, it is clear that variable names are stored references to a value object. Variable names are stored references to a value object. Each time we change the value, the variable's reference memory address changes. So it will not store new value in same memory location. That's why integer, float, boolean, strings and tuples are immutable. Variables of certain type are not like storage containers. That is with fixed memory address where value changes every time. Hence they are immutable. Then next one, mutable type. Mutable means in same memory address, new value can be stored as and when it is required. Python provides following mutable types: list, dictionaries and set. These all are mutable types, can change. Using list, ID of employee, this one. Employee 3, 75,000. That time also this ID of employee is same. See, even if we change the value, its reference memory address has remained same. Okay, clear this one? These all are mutable types. We can change the value. Next one, variable internals. Python is an object-oriented language. So everything in Python is an object. An object is any identifiable entity that have some characteristics and properties and behavior. Like integer values are object, they hold whole numbers, only characteristics. And they support all arithmetic operations, that is behavior. Every Python object has 3 key attributes associated with it. First one, type of object. Second one, value of an object. Third one, ID of an object. First one, type of an object. Type of an object determines the operations that can be performed on the object. Built-in function type returns the type of an object. A is equal to 100. Type of A, what's its meaning? The data type of this A is int. Type of 100, this also int. Name Jax, type name, that is string. We will get the data type of particular object or variable. Next one, value of an object. The data item stored in the object is a value of object. The value stored in an object is a literals. We can use print function to get the value of an object. How can we access the value of an object? By using this print function. A is equal to 100. Print A. Can identify the value. Name is equal to Kallis. Print name. Can identify the value, that is Kallis. Okay. Next one, ID of an object. It is the memory address of any object. Although ID is dependent upon the system where it is installed, but in most cases it returns the memory location of the object. Built-in function ID returns the ID of an object. ID built-in function returns the memory address of the object. A is equal to 5. ID of 5 can identify the address, memory address. Print ID of A, same memory address we will get. Okay, ID function, print function, then type function. Clear? Okay children, these all are very easy topics. You just go through this, watch the videos carefully and write down the lecture notes. The notes of the topic is attached. Take down the notes and learn it. A test paper is also included. Submit your answers as soon as possible. That's all for today. We will meet in the next class. Till then, take care.